If you're over 50 and you want to get strong legs without having to lift super heavy weights, then this video is for you. You see, most people over 50 believe they need to go to a gym, lift really heavy weights to build strength, and it's simply not true. I've helped hundreds of clients just like you get strong legs without needing to lift heavy weights or use complicated equipment. Today, I'm going to be your personal trainer and walk you through 5 highly effective exercises to build lower body strength after the age of 50. And all you need is your body weight, a bag, and a dumbbell. And I'm also going to explain the 3-second rule to help you get the most out of this workout that most people actually ignore. If you haven't met yet, I'm Gavin. I co-own New Zealand's only fitness studio for people over the age of 40. And these exercises are some of my favorites that I use with my clients to get maximum benefits without risking injury. So before we jump in, I just want to let you know about a full body workout that I've been giving away for free for the last 6 months. It's been downloaded 10,000 times. There's been some fantastic feedback. It's a really nice exercise program that you can follow for a period of time. It's easy on the joints. You can do in about 30 minutes, 3 times a week. And there's a link in the description and the first comment for you to grab that guide. So the first exercise that we're going to do today is something called a zercher squat. The zercher squat is a great exercise. It's quite unusual. Most people don't do it, but I feel it's a very functional exercise because in real life, we usually carry things in the front of our body. We don't usually carry things on our back. So the zercher squat is a nice simple way, and this is where you need the bag for. So you can either do it with no weight if you can't, or you can just put some weight in the bag this way. And all you're going to do, you're going to hold it in front of your body this way and hold just hold it on your forearms, okay? And first of all, we need to have a nice squatting position first. So the way I like to start this off is widen your stance a little bit, like that. A little bit maybe wider than your hips, okay? Just outside your hips. Chest up nice and tall. I want you to think about looking into the corner of the wall where the wall meets the ceiling, all right? You're going to look up nice and tall and you're going to use your hips to go backwards first. So your hips are going to break first, okay? That's the first move we're going to do. Your hips are going to go back. Then you're going to sit yourself down and come down as low as comfortable. And you can come straight back up this way. Take it back, then bend your knees and come back up. And what you'll find is that when you've got this weight in front of your body, it's going to load up the quads, but you're also going to hit the muscles in the lower back as well, which supports the spine and helps strengthen your core as well and alleviate maybe back issues in future life, all right? So chest nice and tall, come back down, pause, and come back up. So as I'm going down, you'll notice that I'm going quite slow. This is the 3-second principle. So every exercise that we do, I want you to take 3 seconds on the lowering portion. 1, 2, 3, pause and drive back up. 1, 2, 3, pause and come back up. And when you do it that way, you're actually working on the eccentric portion of the exercise, the lowering portion, where we're the most strongest and have the most control, and therefore will build more strength and more muscle over the course of time. So each of these exercises as well, we're going to be doing 12 to 15 reps, okay? And it needs to be challenging at the last 2 to 3 reps. So let's just say you do 15, 13, 14, 15 needs to be quite challenging. If you can't do those squats freestanding, then you can use a chair. Be kind to my chair. You guys don't like my plastic chair, but it's fine for demonstration purposes. You can use a sturdy chair, okay? I want you to hold it this way, and if you can't do a freestanding squat, you can come down and you can use the chair just to give you some depth, something to aim for, and something you can support yourself if you need to, and you can come back up, okay? So slowly down, touch the chair or sit down and come straight back up, okay? So the next exercise we got is a front and back lunge, okay? So I do understand that some people got sore knees, but this version I think most people can do. You just don't go as deep as you normally would, right? So I'll show you without any equipment first of all, and then I'll show you a little modification with a weight and my very non-sturdy chair to support you, right? So what I want you to do is take a big step forward. You're going to come up on the back of the foot that way. So you can see my toes are down, my heel is up. That's going to give me the mobility I need to be able to lunge in. Then I'm going to lunge down into the middle. Okay, and then I'm going to drive back with that leg. Okay, support myself and then take it backwards. Again, my heel's off the floor now and I'm going to lunge back down. I'm going to come back up and come back down. Remember, we're trying to work on that 3-second principle. 1, 2, 3. and come back up, okay? Now what's happening there then, you're gonna get some balance component to it. You're gonna get your quads working, your glutes working, all with the same exercise. And because we're learning to move forward and to move backwards as well, it's gonna help with a lot of coordination as well, which a lot of people over 50 kind of struggle with. Their balance and coordination in time and space isn't that good. Now, if that is too challenging for you, that's totally fine, okay? You're gonna use yourself a sturdy wall or a chair, okay? And you're gonna just use this for balance. So the foot is gonna be slap bang in the middle of the chair. You take a big step forward, the hand's gonna come back a little bit, and you can just hold on, come down, take it back, and do the same thing, all right? So in terms of rep ranges, we're gonna probably do 8 to 10 on each side. This is a very challenging exercise, and you can do 3 sets if you're able to, but that's gonna be the way to do it. If you need a more challenging version, then you're gonna hold a dumbbell on the side where your foot is planted on the floor for balance, okay? So you can, obviously you can step forward, you can lunge, come back, plant, and lunge that way, all right? So that's a bit of a harder version for you, but most people will be okay with their body weight and as a little bit of support. The third exercise that we're going to do now is something called a single leg Romanian deadlift. Again, working on a bit of balance, bit of proprioception, okay? So you're going to work on your hamstrings and glutes at the same time. So you're going to, if you've got the balance to do it, you can do it freestanding. You're going to load up one leg, okay? You're going to keep your body up nice and tall. This is super key. So you basically need a straight line from the back of your head to your ankles, all right? And you're going to take it up and you're going to hinge your body forward. Come down, you can see a nice straight line, and come straight back up that way, okay? Take it back, pause, and come back up. Remember that 3-second rule. 1, 2, 3, pause, and come back up. And then when you're done, swap over to the other side. Whoop, bit of balance issues. Come back up. And back up. Now, again, if you need support, you can definitely hold on to something as well. You're going to get the same benefits. So I'm going to hold on to the chair. I'm going to lean forward. And you can see my balance is a lot better that way, all right? But I'm still getting the stretch in the back of the hamstring. I'm still getting that bit of balance going on. And it's a really good exercise to do. If you then wanted to use a dumbbell, you can do that. I like to use a dumbbell in the opposite hand for this exercise because it helps me counterbalance. And I'll show you why in a second. So I can come back out. This arm's going to come out to the side. I'm going to come down and back up. I feel if I do it on this side, the weight wants to pull me over, and I don't like that, okay? So this comes on this side. It balances me a little bit. Plus it gives me a bit of extra resistance on the hamstring. So you can do that version as well. The next exercise we're going to start to work on a very small glute muscle, okay? This is so neglected by so many people. And this supports your hips, okay? We've got a big glute muscles that we worked on, but the glute medius is a small muscle that supports the hips, all right? So again, wall, sturdy chair. You're going to have the dumbbell resting against your leg this way, all right? You're going to take the weight on one side and you're just going to lift the leg out to the side. And the weight then, obviously, you're driving the weight up with the top of your leg, and straight away you'll feel that tiny little muscle start to work. Come back down and take it back up. Slowly, the 3-second rule, touch, and back up. And again, 12 to 15 on each side. If that's too hard though and you can't do it, it's totally fine. Just, do the leg on its own. Sometimes people's legs are heavy enough if you're not used to this exercise. But like I said, you've got the option to use the weight as well. And the last exercise we got, okay, to round off our lower body movement is going to be calf raises. People often skip calf raises. So I'll give you 2 versions. You hold on to a chair, okay, or a wall. And you're going to lift up, straight up, nice and high. Okay, and you're going to get those calves to really sort of fire up on the background. And again, lower it down. 1, 2, 3. Touch, come back up, and 1, 2, 3. If you find that is super easy though, then what you can do, you can hook that leg behind the back of the other one, and you can do single leg calf raises instead. This is a bit more challenging because all the weight now is on one leg, but again, still very, very effective. You do 12 in total, or 12 to 15 on each side as you go, right? That was my video for today. I really hope you enjoyed the lower body routine, okay? If you did give this a try, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your feedback. Also as well, don't forget to get that full body strength workout. You're not going to be disappointed. It's a great little workout routine. I'm going to leave a video in the top left-hand corner there, which talks about 5 exercises to build your upper body strength. So jump over there and I'll see you on the next video.